Well, now looky here. I'm glad this wasn't a customer's car because I could hear it now.
Well, you must have done something when you did the other work.
Fuck. Anyway, the saga on the Ranger continues. No big deal. Everything was working fine. I let the car sit for a couple days, and lo and behold, my alternator took a crap. That was the original alternator, guys. 27 years old, you know. I can live with that. But the fact that it happened like, what, a week after doing the other work, any customer would, Jesus, I didn't ever did that before, you know, well, you just worked on it, and the hassle that goes on with this kind of shit. And I mean, you know, I've got the equipment here to test this. Of course, I had to dig the goddamn thing out of the spider webs to get all my shit out here, because how often do you use this type of thing? But yeah, the alternator just crapped out. You know, it was putting out 17 amps. It's supposed to be putting out 60 amps right at the alternator. The battery was only putting out 5 amps, and it was draining the battery, so it had to draw an internal short or you know, whatever happens internally in an alternator to drain the battery. But this is what happens, you know, and I've said it before. You get older things. You know, I was going to get into it today. Get some supplies to fix the roof on my old house, which I fixed last year, and it worked. And now, you know, we get these monsoon rains, tropical storm, whatever you want to call them, where, you know, we get an inch of rain dumped in about half an hour or more, and you know, my ceiling being tongue and groove, no drywall up there, thank God. You know, it was dripping again, and so I was going to go get some supplies, and of course, you know, I was going to take the truck for it, and lo and behold, instead of getting supplies to fix the roof, now I'm out here fixing the truck to get supplies so I can fix the roof. That's the way it goes. And my house is old too. You know, I think this place was built in 1950, and yeah, it needs a lot of work. You know, like the truck does, and I'm sure, you know, I mean, I've already done a lot of work on the Lincoln, but you know, it's never ending unless you buy a new vehicle, and then half the time they recall them and have problems with a brand new vehicle, and I don't think they last half as long as these things do. Plus, the other thing I might mention is that this truck sat a lot. It's only got 103,000 miles on it. I bought it with 98,000, and I've only put that mileage on since 2013, so 4 years, and I've put roughly 4,000 or 5,000 miles on the truck. Sitting doesn't do a vehicle any good either, but I'm only one person now, so, you know, I've got more vehicles than I actually need, and the insurance won't give me a break either. They think because I have access to all of them, some bullshit crap they come up with. But anyway, I had access to all my vehicles before too. But you know, they all have their purpose in life. You know, the bike, of course, is more for enjoyment, but it is transportation at times. The Lincoln is definitely transportation, you know, for doing normal things. And anytime I have anything, you know, to get for the yard, or if it's nasty stuff, or like I just took a bunch of aluminum cans to the scrap yard, I use the little truck. So, you know, I don't want to use the Lincoln for that, and a lot of the things that fit in the Lincoln trunk, I can't even bend over to pick them up out of that goddamn trunk, whereas if they're in the bed, I don't have to do any bending, and everything's a lot more copacetic. So anyway, you know, yeah, you know, to me, it's worth it as long as I can still manage to get the work done on them for myself, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. So again, you know, if this would have been a customer car, I would have never heard the end of it, and, you know, again, it would have been, you know, well, I guess he doesn't know what he's doing and all that shit. And you guys that are in the business, you know the routine. I mean, we go through it all the time, And look, this isn't to say that there aren't a lot of hacks out there that own a toolbox that once helped Daddy change a 350 Chevy engine. I had a lot of them. I've hired them, fired them very quickly. I've hired them. I tried to hire them straight out of tech school, and I used to ask the question, tell me what the 4 strokes of a 4-stroke engine are. And, not a goddamn one of them, and these are straight out of tech school, not a one of them could answer that question. Really? What's happening to society? And this is why I said, yeah, there are a lot of mechanics, or so-called mechanics, that are hacks out there. Very unprofessional, very unknowledgeable, and you do have to beware, but, be aware also that things like this happen, and that it's not anybody's fault. The old saying I used to have is, look, I didn't build it, I didn't buy it, I didn't break it. So, complain to one of the other 3. Anyway, that's it for the ongoing saga. I hope there won't be any more updates on this. All right, everybody, be good, man.